Hello everybody, welcome back to the GeetarSean YouTube channel. So, we've got a bit of a weird one today. Now, it's actually only been a day since the air guitar video. Now, that video is doing great. If you've watched that, thanks very much. Massive thumbs up. If you haven't, go back and check it out. Now, I was in my local guitar shop. We checked out the vintage vault. There was loads of cool vintage guitars. It was awesome. Now, if you did watch that video though, you would have noticed at the end, I did mention that in my next video, I'd be doing some either guitar setups or some unboxing, something like that. Now, after I said that though, I'm editing the video and I'm thinking, I don't really have a foolproof surface and things to do that on. So as you do, I jumped onto Amazon and bought myself a table. Now, this table, luckily, folds away. Now, the reason I've not got a foolproof place already is because I don't really have the space for it. So if I can make one and fold it away, that would be even better. The only bad thing about this table is that it's made out of hard plastic. Now, I know what you're thinking. If that's made out of hard plastic and you're thinking of doing guitar setups on it, it's maybe not the best surface for something like that. So I did have a think, and I managed to find these. Now, what these are is really cheapy carpet tiles, but they've got a nice soft texture to the front of them. The cool thing as well is that they've got this that peels off. They've got a self-adhesive back, which allows me to stick it to any surface. So I thought, I bought a few of these, stick them to the surface, and there you go.
Bob's your uncle.
You've got a table that you can either set up guitars on or do some unboxing. So that would allow me to be able to do that. And I thought, why not make that into a video as well? So this video might be absolutely boring as hell, but I don't care. I'm having fun, so why not? Now, come along the journey. Let's see if we can actually do this and hope that there's actually a table in that box. And aye, you never know, it might work out in the end. Right, let's get this unboxed, see what happens. Here we go. Tidy up first. Check this out. It's my nephew Scott. Are you watching, Scott? Hello. Needs a tune. Nice. So, here's the table, folded down. Now, supposedly it had a handle, although I can't see that, but it might show itself eventually. Let's get this folded out. Hopefully it's big enough. Bloody legs. So, table set up. Hard plastic, decent surface, but again, too hard. The most difficult part of the table was already made, obviously I didn't put it in together, but it was getting the legs out. You've got to push the legs at each side, but you need to also pull it as well. Aye. Anyway, that could have been better, although I didn't pay too much for this, so I'm not going to complain. So here's the carpet tiles. Now, I'm probably going to have far too many of these, and it looks like 2 of them is going to work perfectly, just like that. Anybody want some carpet tiles? Got a couple of spares. So what I might do, I'm going to line them up. The lines go each way, but I'll make sure they're going the right way. But I'm going to start in the middle and work out the way like that. And if I need to trim the edges, then I will. So I'm only going to need 8 of these tiles, which is pretty good. I've clearly got a few spares. If I ever need to replace one, I can, I suppose. I think I might need to trim the edges ever so slightly, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. So this might actually not take that long at all. Probably shouldn't have said that. But anyway, let's try and stick these down. First tile on, that's pretty solid. Let's do the rest of them. So, surface done. That's looking a lot better than I thought it was going to. Now what we're going to do is try and trim these edges, but without doing too much damage. Wish me luck. Right, it's done. it's not super pretty around the edges, I will be honest with you. But, I mean, considering it's only taken me 10 minutes, 15 minutes to actually do this, I now have a fully working surface to do my setups on. You're probably thinking, where will the guitar neck go? I've got something that I'm going to show you in a minute that will do that perfectly for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down, you can have a wee look. There we go. I mean, it looks no too bad, if I'm honest. Some of the lines could maybe be a wee bit better, but no enough of a gap for any sort of surface to kind of poke through and damage anything. Even the sides, I mean, they're a bit messy, but that doesn't matter. Obviously, things turned out a wee bit better than I thought they were going to. This surface is, well, better than what I had, and you know, it's definitely going to do the job. The table's sturdy enough, nothing's going to fall off it. And this wee gadget here from Fender is what the guitar neck's going to sit on. So I'll show you how that works just now. Have a look. So if I was working on a guitar, I would put the neck up towards this way because I'm right-handed when I do things. So I would like to work on the guitar that way. So this either can sit like that, or I can detach this wee bit. This wee bit's for your screws. So if you're ever like taking parts off the guitar, you can put them in there. If you need to take it with you anywhere, your tools can go in this wee pouch here. And this bit is where the neck of the guitar goes. Now, I'm not going to stick that to the table because remember, I want to be using it for other things as well. But it's got rubber feet, so it's not going to go anywhere, especially with this new surface. If it was still the plastic, chances are it would be sliding about all over the place. So what I'll do is I'll grab a guitar off the wall and I'll show you just how that sits. Let's use this beauty. Now, you know what you're looking at here? This is a cracking guitar. This is a 1960 reissue Les Paul Special. Now, P90s, TV yellow. I mean, does it get any better than that? What a combo. Now, if I was doing some work on this guitar, what this would allow me to do, well, is use my gadget for Fender and support the neck, right? Now again, that's going to make sure that the guitar doesn't move about very much. The table's nice and secure. And again, I've got some surface to use if I need to place anything down as well. The cool thing is that I'll be able to do some aerial footage of the guitar as well. Now I'll put that over the top of this because again, it's going to look a lot better than what I've been using before. I also mentioned I'd be doing my unboxing videos on this table as well. So again, this is all fit and ready to go now that I've managed to put it together, and I'm actually quite chuffed with myself. Don't usually have the brains for this type of thing, but don't know what's been in the porridge lately, but it's all coming together. What I might do, might not be today, so it might be part of this video still, but on another day, is set up one of my guitars or a guitar I've got in for a setup, and you can come along the journey with me. All right, so stay tuned. Back in the room. Now, it is the same day, different time, mind you. As you'll be able to tell, I'm wearing the same stuff. There is a different background. I have moved things about a wee bit. Table facing this way just makes sense for filming. But what I'm going to be doing is walking you through a bit of a setup here. Now, this guitar in particular doesn't need anything major, I will be honest with you. It is a student's guitar. Very nice guitar at that. It is a Sire Larry Carlton model. Now, these are made in Indonesia. I haven't checked the price to be 100%, but I'm sure it's between the kind of 500, 600, 700 mark. For the price, it's a great guitar. I mean, I tried it a wee bit the other day and it plays really, really good already, but it could be doing with some new strings, bit of freshen up, and just a slight wee setup. Fully gloss body, Les Paul shape. My favourite feature though, it's got a satin neck. Now you'll know yourself, if a neck is far too glossy, you can kind of catch your hand on it a wee bit, but with this, you know, it feels nice and played in. It actually feels like an old guitar. Right, so what we'll do, we'll get the strings off and we'll spruce it up a bit. Here we go. This guitar has locking tuners on it, which is a cool feature, so it's going to make me stringing it even easier for me. So, we're going to give the fretboard a bit of a clean. Now, I believe, just by looking at this, it looks like ebony. Now, that's quite uncommon with guitars at this price range, although it's a nice piece of wood. It's either that or it's a super, super dark rosewood. But I can tell just by looking at it, I think it is ebony. But, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I'm not 1,000,000%. So, I'm going to use some Dunlop lemon oil and spruce this board up a bit. Now I usually leave the lemon oil for like 10-20 seconds. Gives the fretboard time to absorb it and kind of give it a rub off after then. This board's looking pretty good. By leaving the lemon oil on there for a wee bit, you can soften up some of the sweat, some of the finger cheese, that's what people like to call it. It's absolutely disgusting. Now the frets look really, really good on this, so they're not actually going to need a polish at all. So I'm just going to leave them as is. Again, it's just a wee setup for the guitar. Freshen up anyway, should we call it. Wee bit for good luck. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pick guard off, I'm going to take the truss rod cover off, and I'm going to give the guitar a really good clean. Now to clean the guitar, microfiber cloth, make sure you've not been using that for anything else. Main reason being is that you don't want any bits of dust, any bits of plastic or anything really to get picked up by it, because you can end up scratching the guitar. So always make sure you're using a clean microfiber cloth. Now I know this looks dirty, but it's no, trust me. Now what I'm going to be using is some Gibson guitar polish. Now I actually get sent this for Peach Guitars with my latest Gibson that I bought, and I've fallen in love with it. For two reasons. It does an amazing job, but holy moly does it smell good. Now I would actually use this as aftershave, but I don't know who I would attract more, guitar players or women. What do you think? I'm married, by the way, I'm only kidding. Now, so, microfiber, give the guitar a good polish. Here we go. Get some in the headstock. Right, we're going to do the back of the guitar this time. Right, so the guitar's looking great. Brand new, if I say so myself, it's looking brilliant. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bung some strings on the guitar. Now, a lot of people would obviously at this point maybe straighten the neck, make sure everything was fine, but I like to adjust that when I've got the strings on the guitar, because you just never know how the neck's going to react. If it needs some relief, give it some relief. It needs time, tighten it. So, let's get the strings on here. I'm going to be using the Dario XS strings. Now, these are about £12, £13 a pack on a good day. Now, I think their original price is like £18 or something like that. Now, I know that's expensive for a packet of strings. I do use these on most of my guitars. They are coated, but they last forever. Genuinely, they last ages. I would go through one pack of these in the space of time. I'd probably go through like 4, maybe even 5 packs of regular uncoated strings. So it is actually worth it and cheaper in the long run. But you know, everybody's different. Some prefer the feel of uncoated strings to coated strings. I prefer the feel of a coated string. It's much smoother, much silkier, easier to move. But again, everybody's different. Right, so let's get these on. Now, I like to think I know the order of these strings now by their colour, but for some reason I can just never get it into my head, so I keep the packet so it tells me exactly what order it goes in. Right, so the strings are on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tune it up and just see how the guitar reacts to that. So, the guitar is tuned. Now, first thing I like to do, once the guitar's tuned, after the setup, is stretch the strings. Now, I've already done that off camera, but I'm just going to tell you how important it actually is to do that. Now, if you don't stretch your strings after you have set, or at least restrung the guitar, they will continue to go out of tune constantly. So the amount of photos came to me thinking there's something wrong with the guitar because it keeps going out of tune, but realistically all they've done is no stretch their strings. So just a wee lesson in that. When you put the string on and you're tuning it up, all you need to do, tune it up to whatever note you're wanting for whatever string and just stretch the string a wee bit. Now what I like to do is just grab the string and then push against the fretboard like that. Now you're not going to break the string unless you're proper yanking it. I think that's why most people are scared to do it, in case they break a string, but usually you won't break a string, although I have done it once or twice, so I will admit that. After that though, what I would do is check that the neck isn't bowed or needing some relief. So what I do is I put my first finger, on my left hand anyway, on the first fret of string 6. And then I put my pinky on the 12th fret. Now it doesn't necessarily need to be the 12th fret, just somewhere around about this area here. And if you put your finger there, it allows you to reach over and just check the string height. Now, this actually looks half decent. There is a slight gap. This has probably got a 12-inch radius, so it's super flat, which allows you to get a right low action. So what I might do is just bring it back a slight touch, and then we can adjust our action here. A wee quarter turn, much better. Right, now, at this point, I would adjust the height of the bridge. Now, it is sitting a wee bit high here, but it doesn't feel too bad down here. But, you know, I like to think every guitar's different. Now, you know, the way they react to certain things, you know, I don't think by the book, as in like perfect measurements here or there, really works for every single guitar. Feel free to shout at me in the comments and tell me how wrong I am, but my method has been quite successful so far, so hey ho. I'm just going to bring this down a fair chunk here, and then a bit less on this side and see what we get. Quickly tune it back up. Right, so at this point, it feels pretty good so far. Now, I don't like to say that's 100% up here, 100% down here. I like to let it settle a wee bit. Now, I think it might have been like 11s that was on this guitar before, because I feel like the guy maybe played a bit heavier, maybe some lower tunings. So the guitar's probably going to be in a wee bit of a shock with the fact that it's got a set of 9s on it. But the guy that's got this is just a beginner, so he wants them to be nice and bendy, nice and easy to press, you know, nice and simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to intonate the guitar off camera. It's sounding no bad already. And then I'm going to get everything back on it, plug it in, and I'm going to show you how it sounds. So stay tuned. Right, so guitar all done, dusted, intonated off camera like I said. It was not far off at all, so I was pretty much right about that. And it's playing awesome. I've got a tone set up with it, and it's sounding great. So have a wee listen, let me know what you think. Be sure to comment below. Tell me how good this guitar sounds. Here we go. Neck pickup. Honky middle. Just getting into that there. Anyway, look, another video, another day. Can't believe I've turned out 2 in 2 days. That's absolutely mental. Now, Josh, I hope you enjoy your guitar. If you're ever selling it, give me a shout. Nah, I'm only kidding. No, fantastic guitar. So again, thanks for tuning in. If you've not subscribed, because it told me earlier that supposedly 80% of people that are watching the videos so far still haven't subscribed. Sounds crazy, but
that's the statistics, and well, I don't know whether to believe it or not. Anyway, if you've not subscribed, make sure you do it. And until next time, remember, rock on.